Welcome back again to Middle East Facade Academy. Today we'll talk about our third episode on when facades go wrong. Who would be the luckiest person from a facade consultant's perspective? Let's have a look at these videos. This is a man walking on the street and all of a sudden a huge piece of glass has fallen just next to him. This piece of glass is probably 1 meter wide by 2 meters high, and it is real. And it happened in our region. And that person survived luckily with no harm. This is not happening alone in our region. It's happening all over the world. This is another example from a different country where city workers have escaped narrowly glass pieces from falling on them. Another example where just people gathering in front of a building and a piece of glass has fallen on them too. Why would any person be exposed to such a risk? The answer is putting glass on your building is not that simple. We must conduct glass selection, health and safety risk assessment before taking any steps with glass design and procurement. Let's take a step backward a bit. What loads does the glass on your building resist? Well, we have many forms of loading. We have the glass self-weight, we have the wind, we have access and maintenance loading, we have thermal stress, we have impact, we have blast, and some other forms of loading like sand and snow for really horizontal glazed surfaces. So what factors actually affecting the glass selections? Number of performance criteria will affect that, and this is to satisfy the resistance to loading that we mentioned previously. We have the post-failure behavior, we have the energy efficiency, we have acoustic performance, we have aesthetic appearance, and we have resistance and reaction to fire, really based on the building requirements. So how does the glass selection occur? Then there are several parties who have input into the glass selection. As shown in this diagram here, we have the architect who is concerned about the aesthetics, the module sizes and the panel sizes. We have the acoustic consultant who is caring about the noise reduction and the glass types. We have the M&E engineer who cares about the U values, the G values, and the coating selections. And then we have the facade engineer who cares more about the thicknesses of the glass, the wind loading, the impact loading, and so on. So this comes at the end into the facade consultant who consolidates all these together and acts as a risk assessor. So in this case, the facade consultant must consider health and safety issues relating to glass resistance against loading. We must consider issues such as accidental human impact, spontaneous or accidental breakage, and post-failure behavior. This may require the use of laminated glass or thermally strengthened glass. So when selecting glass, there might be several possible configurations, like combinations of different glass types in each glazing unit. And each configuration will have its advantages and disadvantages. So the risk assessment it can be used to identify and evaluate these risks to ensure that all stakeholders understand their responsibilities. QA and QC reviews and inspections during glass processing, fabrication, manufacturing, and installation on site must be conducted in order to ensure that what you've been designed and documented has been constructed. My message here, don't get anyone to put glass on your building. It is not that simple. This lies under facade engineering, which is a science in its own right. Again, remember, your facade is as important as your building structure standing up. We should not let any person be exposed to such a harm and risk of glass falling on them. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you in the next episode of When Facades Go Wrong.